So, um, we're going to start this off by just saying, what somebody has made poor financial decisions in their life. Gavin, why don't you tell us about your poor financial decisions recently?
I already talked about it, though. Now you want to just re-talk about you and your lips. We're I don't feel like getting up. I bought 40k stuff. It was expensive. We're gonna ignore it now. Yes, I could have just printed it. I needed the rule books anyways, though. Yes, I could have just pirated it. I didn't.
That's good to say online.
Yes.
Good job, Gavin.
But didn't it?
How's everybody else doing?
Bueno.
Tired.
Yeah, all good.
Any other poor financial decisions?
I bought a
Oh,
knife.
so much, too many to mention.
You bought a knife?
I'm hoping.
Yeah. Same price as his
I'm
books.
hoping for. I'm hoping for good financial outcomes soon, but you know. We'll see.
Everybody here slowly slipping into depravity when it comes to Warhammer. There's going to be no financial saving for most of us.
Look, it was a small game store. I didn't have a whole lot of options. Okay. They only
I'm
had.
just gonna sit here and judge you.
Well, they only had Mechanicus, Imperial Agents, Grey Knights, Orcs, Nids, and yeah, I think that was it.
As if
not a
you
lot.
wouldn't have taken Mechanicus, though.
I had other options I was considering, but they didn't have them.
I don't believe you. You are the Mechanicus. Like, if we ever do anything Warhammer related, you have to be Mechanicus, and I do expect you in a red robe.
I would have
don't.
rolled like Necrons or Craft World too, but they didn't have those. I could have even settled for Imperial Guard, but they didn't have that. And Imperial Agent doesn't count. I don't. Who cares about the Inquisition?
I just want to say, let's not do Rogue Trader at least.
What do you mean? It's great.
Unless you just want one person talking the whole time, you know.
Pull up the warp charts.
No.
Yeah, so funny thing, I found out the warp chart is strictly to be used sparingly.
Probably. As most things in most games.
Yeah. Well, no, like, you're not supposed to use the warp chart unless you, the DM, want something random warpy to happen. Otherwise, it's like, oh, if you have a location planned, just have them go there.
Just go, hand wave it.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. The rules in the Rogue Trader books advocate for hand waving the
Jack, you do realize that I think it's either the end of this year or next year, Emperor's Children are being released.
Yeah.
Who are they?
They are traders.
I like you know, Peter. It's easier that way. Cool. Can't wait.
Traitor Legion, devotees to Slaanesh.
Uh,
I don't know why would you tell me this? Why would? Are you implying that I'm somehow some sort of debauched hedonist? I've got no idea what you're talking about.
You've mentioned Slaanesh on multiple occasions, okay, my friend?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I am going to be the upstanding moral conscience. I'm not.
what happens in the warp stays in the warp.
You asked too many questions.
What happens when the warp stays in the warp? Well,
officer, I swear those are his fuzzy cuffs.
I think if you're Slaanesh and you only have fuzzy cuffs, you're getting all kind of light.
Yeah. I was going to say it's the.
Anyways, let's roll that beautiful intro footage thing.
only recently hatched. He's still rather large, about 17 feet long from snout to tail.
I'll be handling a lot of the diplomatic affairs.
There's nothing worth fighting the Mokir over for anyways. Nothing of physical value, at least.
I'm really hoping there's going to be some money here, because if not, there's only going to be 3.
But we're gonna cut this out because this is where the intro is gonna go. Blah 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 blah. Overly excited, baby dragon? Here's your
Yes.
go.
I'm here. I am very excited. I am Ashar-Ash-Akal, here to tell you what happened last time. So we continued our journey. We had another road trip. We seem to be having a lot of those. Heading out to, I guess, some ruins to find a generator to turn it on. Found a worm, big worm. We blew it up. Well, they blew it up. I wanted to shoot fire at it, but they blew it up before I get to it. It tasted not bad. I mean, it was like fishy and steaky, and yeah, I enjoyed it. The others didn't seem to mind it, or didn't want to eat it. I don't know why. Eating is fine. I enjoy it. Don't eat it, but I enjoy it. What else happened? Oh, yeah, Saki had I learned some stuff about Saki, about his past. I didn't know. I have only known him well all my life, but that's only been a couple of months. So, any chance to learn about my friends is awesome. So I look forward to delving into I guess these are ruins. We've just arrived. So yeah, doing some ruin diving. See how that goes. Yeah, looking forward to it.
And that is where we're going to pick up. As you look over the ruins of whatever city this used to be, nobody's quite sure what this once was. However, there is one very prominent feature. It takes up roughly, if you were to take a wild guess, probably 6 or 7 coalition city blocks. It is a massive building. It is much wider than it is tall, but it's still probably at least 13, 14 stories tall. And as stated, roughly 6 city blocks. And it has it looks like what you're looking for. It looks like some sort of old power plant.
Well, I didn't expect we'd find it so quickly.
It seems kind of hard to miss. I don't know why no one else has found it. Look at the size of that thing.
I look at the camera and do this.
It's a large building, but what we're looking for in there, well, it's a large building. Getting there and
Yeah, but Ashar has a point. I don't see how someone hasn't been here before. So keep your eyes open.
there's many good reasons not to come to places like this.
Well, hopefully whoever it is has been and gone, moved on. One way to find out, right?
Yep. So I'm going to... Oh, well, I guess I should say, how do we want to handle this? One person go in, everyone kind of... Excuse you.
The
No,
call
you
of the
cannot be
cat.
part of the scene.
It was actually loud enough your mic picked up the cat.
I know, that's what I figured. It's like he just started stretching over here, and I'm like, excuse me. But no, how do we want to handle this? Like, scouting party with backup, or do we all just want to stick together? Like, how do we want to handle this?
So, one of the big things is you're on the outskirts of whatever this city is. It's roughly about in the middle, so you still have to get to it. Like, you can tell
Okay,
what it is
fair
from
enough.
where you are, but you're not there yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not like a walled city. It's
We're-
just
No,
There.
it's not a wall.
no, it's an old school city.
Old school as
So,
a
yeah.
modern city.
Yeah,
it's not a gated
it's an
community.
ancient city where they didn't need walls, or at least they didn't think they did.
Do they need? Does it have any signs of inhabitants kicking around, or does it look deserted?
From
Yeah,
where
I'd basically.
from where
Okay.
you sit on the outskirts, you would lean towards abandoned. Not that some of the buildings throughout this city look relatively intact. Certainly not pristine. So it's not as to say that people can't be living here, but it is not an active city, so to speak. If there are people that are held up in little houses, throughout the city, trying to keep low, scavenge, and the like.
Right.
I can go fly around and see what I can see.
Let's not alert the entire city. Because, I don't know, what if they have a lot of harpoons? Or lasers? Or really anything. Upsetting the entire city all at once is a bad idea.
A careful, methodical advance towards the building is probably best.
I would think so. Can Ashar just kind of like stay on foot and stay with the car as we go at kind of a cautious pace?
Are you asking Ashar or are you asking me?
I'm asking mechanically. I don't know.
Oh, you mean how wide are the streets?
Or
Yeah, and your regular movement speed.
Most,
we-
I know you're hitting flight speed,
Yeah.
so.
most streets are roughly about 4 lanes from what you can tell. Most of the artery streets.
Yeah.
Will you even be able to drive down them? Like,
There's that to think about. Bridges are
many
definitely
rooms
collapsed.
are there?
Yeah.
Bridges gone, car wrecks everywhere, signs falling over.
drive as far
sinkholes,
as we can, and
It's
then
a-
see.
molten uranium, like.
Alright, so if you plan on taking the car, I would like a notice roll from somebody, and then from Leo, you're still driving, I believe?
Yep.
I would like a drive check, because it is, destroyed city terrain. Not
Mhm.
exactly.
I would like to try my new notice.
This new thing you do.
What do your new eyes?
I'll just add the +2 mod since it doesn't appear to actually be applied.
Yeah, no, you have to add it.
That's
Just
okay.
don't forget.
There we go.
Oh,
I might as well help.
not good.
We hit a pothole.
I was distracted by other things.
What was your
I saw
roll?
the pothole. You just didn't hit it. Or you just hit it.
Josh, what was your
Oh.
roll? Because it did not show up on my end.
11.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it didn't show up for me. That's weird.
I don't know, that's it.
That's weird.
You guys are just skill issued.
Let me go ahead and how do I refresh mine? Josh?
F5. Or hit escape and there should be a refresh option.
No, there is not.
Reload application?
It's not gonna kick us out, is it?
Shouldn't.
I just hit refresh. Okay.
Oh no! Just kidding.
It still doesn't show up that you... Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, there. It showed up finally.
I was gonna say I can send you the screenshot.
So,
Just
11...
take our word for it, he rolled 50.
You can... As you look around... As you get closer to the destination, roads are getting progressively worse. So as you enter in, it's relatively easy, and then it progressively gets harder and harder, and until Leo, at this point, you can't really keep the vehicle on course, so you're going to have to walk the last 3 blocks, city blocks.
Oh, that's not bad. That's closer than we thought.
Well, this is as far as we go.
Well, that's as
Got
far
the
as the
engine.
car goes,
Yeah,
but we can go further.
right. Yeah. Yep. Kill the engine. Get out and start kind of throwing on. Rifle on the back.
Yep, we're gonna grab
Guns.
camping stuff, whatever we need.
Should we like set up a base?
We should. I'm just gonna look. Be like, is there anywhere we could potentially stash the car out of just plain sight?
There's a couple of ruined buildings that have large enough holes in them that you could probably pull a car into them and, finagle it to where at least somebody doing a cursory glance would not see it.
Yeah. And then we should probably try to remember where it is.
Do you have the little alarm beeper? Beep beep.
Do you have a key fob?
I think that probably stopped working. Yeah, a while back.
AirTag, maybe? I mean,
Just find a couple of landmarks. You're parking your car. You tend not to forget where you.
Just make a marker. Asher, move one of the ruined cars on top of another car outside of it. That'll identify.
with like a T formation.
Okay.
You know?
I'll do that. Can I do that?
Give me a strength check, because your cars are pretty heavy.
Yeah. Strength.
Or athletics, technically. Sorry.
All right. Athletics. Nine.
Yeah. Not even a sweat. You could stack up to 3 cars if you want to.
Alrighty, so we're by the 3 cars.
All right. Okay, sure.
I think this one is a Caesar. That one's Yoder. And that's a fake. Got it. All right. That's the 3.
Your walk to what appears to be you would assume it's a main entrance. It's absolutely massive. And unlike all the other buildings, this one seems to have weathered the passage of time quite well, actually. It is, you don't see like any holes in the wall or anything like that. It is still as structurally sound as a building can be, given everything. Now, you can kind of tell this is the main entrance because the 4-lane street the main artery street you've been going down, doesn't just go up to this entrance. It goes into this entrance. As in, there's these massive doors. There is this massive, like, sheet door that covers it and stops any progress. You see scattered about, obviously, just forgotten by time, street blockers, little wooden yellow things that told people to turn around.
Yeah.
But you can tell this is the main entrance to the compound.
Is it open?
No, it's got like... You guys
Like
would...
a hangar door?
Yes, you might think of it more as a blast door, though.
It seems to be the entrance. Where's in?
Is there any signs of any kind of other entrances, or is this the only?
On this side of the building, it's the only one you can see. There might be more, but as stated, it's about 3 city blocks that way, 3 city blocks that way before you even reach the side or start to be able to turn around the building to look at a different side. So it's not something... On this side, this is the only entrance you can see.
Anything further up? Open windows, or?
At least on this side, there doesn't seem to be any windows.
Just flat wall the entire way, and then a big door.
Yeah, and
Right.
when I say big door, I'm talking roughly 20 feet tall. I just need a...
It's big.
One city block is roughly 264 feet. So we're talking a door that's about half that. So the door's about 132 feet wide.
It's on an
Wow.
airport hangar door.
As stated, this building is massive, and the door is also very massive.
Yeah.
There is an interface device you do see as well next to the door.
I mean, I guess I will approach the device.
It,
It's better than walking another 3 blocks.
it seems like it's a numerical. It's a numerical code device. This is the time. If you have hacking, it is the time to bust it out. Making everybody use weird skills in this one.
Yeah, my hacking. Yeah, I got that.
You do?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I don't, but I have a reason for not. I'm a dragon.
Could I persuade the keypad to let us through?
Only if you're a techno wizard.
Can I squint really hard at it and see which numbers are a little more worn?
Perception at a -4.
Everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Perception.
That's technically only a -2 because I know he has alertness.
Yeah, that would be notice, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Have some faith.
Okay.
No.
It was
Can
close.
So close.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, I thought I said
hold on.
5.
I have an idea. Could I attempt a fact? Could I attempt a factory reset of the keypad in order to gain admin controls? Which would, a factory reset would be something you'd use when repairing things, components.
Give me a repair at a -2. This is unfamiliar tech, but it is something that is possible.
Never mind. Yeah, well, I mean, I could reset certain things, but it would appear that the keypad is actually hard-coded into a mainframe further in the base, so you can't really just reset it here and it work. All I did was refresh the OS on the inside.
Is it even
Or
on?
Pad. Well, I assume it's on, or I wouldn't have gotten that far.
Would the dragon like to? Would the dragon like to attempt to do something?
Sure. My attempt is a bit more brute force.
Would you like to roll fighting?
Sure.
Asher, I understand, but what if there's a security system?
It's right there. He points to the keypad.
What if there's a deadlier security system that thing activates?
Then why would you want to push the button if it activates it?
Asher asking me
Forcing
important
open
questions here.
Doors. No, but forcing open the doors could set off an alarm and wake everything up. I think our better bet might be to look for some kind of ventilation. I've heard about crawling through vents in these old buildings. Maybe we can find something.
I do not think he's going to fit in a vent.
No, but if I could get down there, I might could open the door from the inside.
Does Leo have any thoughts?
Just mentioning that, is there any sign of any vents or?
You do recall there are some vents up at the top of the building.
Oh, well, that's easy enough.
Yeah, we could
We
just try to
literally
go
have the
in.
dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
actually
carry
a
you
very easy option. It's not even like, oh, I'm telling you have to climb a sheer face building. If you didn't
just
have a
pick-
dragon, then yeah, that would be what I was saying, but you have a dragon.
We'd have to Adam West this thing if we didn't have the dragon, but we do. So
Aren't we awesome? So yeah, I'll carry everybody up.
How many of you have actually ridden Asher before?
I'm sure it's happened from time to time for scouting and all, but nothing complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. So this isn't the first time for anybody.
Right, probably not.
All right.
Probably not, no.
Probably the first thing they asked once I got big enough.
No, I would never be so rude. It just came up on occasion.
As you get up to the roof, there are several man/man, larger than man-sized ventilation grates that can be used here. So it depends on how you wish to proceed. Because
Is there
Vance would be aware, at the very least, that Asher can turn into a human. And I believe Yax is too. As we
is there
learned.
a maintenance door? Like, can we just take
Or
the
is it
stairs down?
stairs from the roof?
Have to go through the vent. Is there
I
a roof
mean-
access somewhere?
There is not roof access other than the vents.
What kind of building is that?
Yeah, it gets
Not up to code.
Code?
How
You
you
think
gonna do
code's a
maintenance?
thing?
It was a thing when this was built.
That's a bold assumption there, actually.
Right, well, first I think we should peer down some of the vents and make sure they don't lead to turned on fans or something and die.
Does it sound like that the factory is active? I don't disagree, but
There does You don't hear anything such as fans, but there is just a residual noise that you can hear. It sounds like maybe occasional steam vents releasing and metal grinding against metal. But it's very slow, very... If the factory is active, it's gotta be like in a very low-powered state.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go in, check it out. Any problems, let you know.
I mean, I can follow along too. Actually, I'm not particularly stealthy, but I'm not terrible. Why do I have a star next to stealth?
It's a core skill.
It's a core skill.
Let's go.
Okay.
Everybody has a little bit of stealth.
No, I've got a pretty.
A
I've got a
scouting
pretty
party
good.
of two.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna. So I assume the vent goes straight down.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. So ideally, back against one side, feet against the other, and I'm going to sort of like walk down slowly rather than.
Don't we have like a rope?
I do, yeah, actually.
Yeah,
that might
we're
be
gonna do
better
the rope thing.
Okay. So yeah, I'll get shore it up. I will use a grappling hook on that.
I was also going to say you do have a nice dragon to secure the other side to.
I can hold it, but if it's got a hook, then yeah, hook it.
Do you want to do this stealthily? Because I'll need a stealth roll.
Yes.
I will attempt to be stealthy. This
Oh,
is
you're both
not
going?
Split the party.
Well, dude, do you want help or?
I'm not going too far, to be honest. Just checking it out.
Okay, then I'll just be patient and wait.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
And it's the
By the way, I had 0.
So
bennies,
just kind of going back. It's the rope is the two things for it's clear.
As you get down to where the vent finally,
As I go into it, hold on. As the let's get together, go up to the coast, have a few laughs.
once you finally hit the part of the vent where it actually starts to go horizontal and you see it, you start to be able to see. And which is odd. You would have expected that the grate would be pretty much pitch black. You quickly are able to locate some vents looking down into the facility below, which is as bright as daylight.
A couple of jolts on the rope, give them the clear, and start crawling through towards that.
As you look through the vent, you see that while you can tell this is definitely a industrial factory building, you also see what looked to be like housing. Like, not only was this a place where this power plant obviously existed, this is also where the workers were kept. And occasionally you do see what looks to be some sort of red light rotating around every so often, and occasionally a small drone, probably no bigger than your forearm, whizzes by. On you indicating that it was clear, who's all going down?
I guess I'll go next. I'll try to be stealthy.
Ash, are you staying up?
Are we?
I am not stealthy.
I'll ask that to the party as Ash. Are we staying here? Are we all going in? I kind of want to see inside.
Well, then, you're gonna have to change. You're not fitting in that vent.
Oh, probably that. I can change as long as we're out in a few hours. So I will transform my human form. Shimmy down the rope.
Are both of you trying to be stealthy?
Was I told to be stealthy?
I was attempting to be stealthy. You can infer that stealth was the goal.
Fair enough.
As Vance lands a couple of feet away from you, Leo, you hear that very loud doing as he lands a bit harder than he would want.
Oh, it's wince. Just
All right.
any change? Did anyone notice that?
No, everything seems to be very routine. That little bit of red light that you see rotates once every 2 seconds, and the drones, you seem to be able to clock them about once every 3 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's very rhythmic. Stealth checks from the other two.
Sure. Oh no.
Ash is not stealthy.
The noise that Ash makes was enough to hide Yax's attempt.
Yax, I couldn't see Yax actually failing that just due to how their body works.
Just squirm down the vent, guys. It's not that hard.
Leo, this is probably the first time you've seen. Is it the first time that he's seen Ash as a human?
Well, how long ago, canon-wise, was our trip?
I was going to say, I'm sure it's come up. We've worked together.
Probably has.
Yeah.
I can re-describe it if you'd like.
Just so,
Yeah. So I've got that.
So he's about 5 feet, young teen, red hair down to his shoulders, but he has it tied up, so it's not in the way right now. Pale skin, green eyes. What is it? A red jacket with looks like scales, and black pants and boots. So very similar color scheme to his actual form.
Yeah. Ew.
You are
I love
unsure
that
which
detail.
we'll call you Hot Topic, but sorry, you were saying.
Like what they've done with the place.
looking through the vent, you can see everything that I've already described.
Any sign of actual people?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
How big are these vents? I assume we're bellies.
No.
Oh.
You can stand in these vents.
These are huge vents.
Oh. So in that case, can we open up the vent in front of us?
The grating?
The grating, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a little finagling because it's not meant to be done from the inside. But you can reach your arm through. It's just kind of awkward to do.
I mean, I have a repair kit and toolkit. I mean, the repair kit comes with tools. Sorry. So we should be good there.
Yeah. So just to mention as well, I will I will unhook the grappling hook as well.
All right. Coil the rope
Probably
back
gonna
up.
need that. Yeah. And then when the gate's open, I'm gonna drop down. Possibly using the grappling hook again.
Yeah, you're gonna want to because
Yeah.
it's as I had mentioned, it was 20 stories up. The building that you are going to drop down onto is probably at most 2 stories. So it's an 18-story drop.
Mm-hmm.
A building inside a building?
Yes.
I don't know if I have that much rope.
2 stories is probably about. It's probably about 20 feet.
Yeah, the building is 2 stories tall. You're about 20 stories up.
So
that's
18 stories.
Yeah, it's an 18
Oh,
story.
18 stories. Sorry, I thought you were saying that the room we were in was something like a 2-story room.
I mean, how
So you'll need
fast
about
could-
180 feet.
Hear me out. How fast could Asher transform back into dragon form and
In free fall.
get? Yeah, in free fall.
That's a good question. I want to say it's like one of those kind of actions that doesn't actually take a turn, but I might be wrong. Let me see.
Just keep going in the vent to find a different entrance point.
That too.
I mean, just kind of poking my head out. Does it look like the vent goes back down later on?
Not from any place you see at this current time.
Doesn't say how long it takes to transform.
I'll say that it would take a standard action, essentially. So you wouldn't be able to, like, attack. If you were trying to do some weird combo in combat, it wouldn't work, essentially, is what I'm saying.
That's fair, yeah.
But you could certainly transform before you hit the ground.
Could I transform
so much
twice
about
before I hit the ground?
Why would you need to transform twice?
Back into a human by when I land, I guess? I don't know. No, yeah, you're right. Only need to do it once.
No, we'll just keep human form, follow these vents, and see if they eventually go downward. I also don't want to drop into anything overly dangerous. All things considered.
All right. Is that how everybody else would like to proceed as well, or?
Yeah, I don't want to jump 18 stories, and I don't have 18 stories worth of rope, so... Also, I don't want to drop down on the drones either. That kind of sounds dangerous.
It does, doesn't it?
If I know anything about ancient ruins, do not mess with the little autonomous metal machines. They're dangerous.
Don't know anything about ancient ruins, so that's the first thing I've learned. Okay.
Don't touch anything you don't understand.
So,
I can't touch it.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I can't touch anything.
I was gonna say, Leo, what's your call?
Let's move on, move around. Find another way if possible.
Yeah.
Give me survival, actually. You're essentially trying to navigate a labyrinth of vents that have very way in the way of marking themselves from the inside. So I feel like survival's a good role here.
You want just like a lead to roll survival, or
Then we follow.
Okay, well,
Nice.
Leo got a 4.
good enough? Good enough.
You're able to navigate it. It is somewhat labyrinth, and there are a couple of drops that you decide not to go down because they're looking down them. There's the implication that this could lead directly into a place you don't want to be, essentially. You do eventually find a vent that seems to open up into what almost looks like a not a train yard, but there are tracks and there are containers set on those tracks. It looks like that this probably was used to transport some sort of fuel material that was used. Just kind of getting the gist of what the room looks like. This one, it's still a decent drop. It's roughly about 2 stories of a drop, but that's a far cry from 18. Vance?
Yeah, so
I'm gonna stick with the group on this one.
Well,
I mean,
you were
I'll-
kind
I'll
of in the
poke my
lead,
head out.
so...
I thought Saki was in the lead.
Okay. If this one looks more feasible, you know, I'm gonna poke my head out and see if there's anything.
Oh, sorry, no, Leo was in the lead. My bad. I thought Vance was. My bad.
No, I'm
no,
right
if you-
behind
if-
you.
Sorry.
yeah, if you want to have a look, I will gladly happily defer if you want a little moment.
No, that
You got
was
that.
completely on me. I misread the
No,
name.
no, sorry. No, I was saying to Josh, it was if you got something here, then I'm happy to very much play it as a player. Go for
I'm
it.
on level with you. You're the one with the scoped rifle. You should be the one poking your head out.
Okay. So yeah, I will. In that case, I'll take a look. Rifle kind of at the ready, but
As you kind of stick your head out, as stated, there's not really much of note. You can tell it's filled with what looked to be... The term barrel isn't correct, because barrels are these big metallic, solid metallic things, while these are more like the frame of a barrel with glass in the middle, and it kind of shines this greenish purple. You get the idea that that's probably whatever the fuel source of this place used to be. But right now, there don't seem to be any drones or anything in this room outside of those, and then a couple of the carts, which are in various states of being loaded, were being loaded at one point in time.
and that's down. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You're saying yeah. In that case, yeah, let's do another. And that's not so far.
Yeah, that's only like a 2-story
Yeah.
drop. Like,
Okay, so yeah, in that case, yeah, get the grappling hook. Get ready for a descent.
and as Ash gets into this room, not only is the entrance big enough, but the room's big enough. If you wish to take your dragon form again, it is large enough to accommodate.
All right. Sure.
I'd say let's stay
Maybe-
humanoid for now, just in
Just in
case
case.
we run across someone. Yeah. Like, just call it a gut feeling, you know?
Are you guys being
If-
quiet
if-
while talking?
We're hush whispered, you know.
Okay.
You know, try to keep it on the down low. You know, we don't want you, and then all of a sudden,
Okay, I still got plenty of time. We're good. Although I do have a question outside of the game on that. So after I hit the limit, it's 6 hours.
Yeah,
No, but I mean, if I wanted to and ended it early, could I go back in, or do I still have to rest?
I would say you wouldn't need to rest. You have 6 hours total.
I just wanted to know the mechanics on that. Continue.
And down the rope. Carefully.
Down we go. Sorry, down we go.
mm-hmm.
What's in the barrels, though?
We'll find out eventually.
Can I... Do they look otherworldly?
I mean, that's.
Well,
I want to say
kind of an
yes, just
odd
because
question.
you're Ash.
Everything is otherworldly.
Yeah, a little bit.
Door.
I wanted-
Everything looks weird.
I wanted to use Detect Arcana on it.
You want to use Detect Arcana?
That was the plan.
What's the exact wording of Detect Arcana? Because I feel like this is important at this very moment.
The actual
Allows-
spell. Yeah,
Allows the
allows
recipient. Oh, if you want to read it.
allows the recipient of the power to see and detect all supernatural persons, objects, or effects in sight for 5 rounds. Includes invisible foes, enchantments on people or items, weird science devices, and so on. With arrays, I know the general type of enchantment as well. Harmful, experiment, magic, miracles, etc.
So, do you want to give me a roll for that?
Sure. There we go. Oh wait, no, that's not it. How do I roll?
It would be whatever power you're using. Is it psionics?
Yeah,
Okay, then you roll psionics. You
I'll
need
just roll psionics.
Yeah, you need to set that up to.
Psionics. I'll just roll that. I don't.
Yeah. You're unable to tell, really. There seems to maybe be some interference.
Okay. I say nothing.
I mean, I could do it again, but I feel like that's just grasping at straws.
As stated, the exit to this is the cart tracks, essentially. You would just exit where the cart tracks enter. And that seems to, at least from where you guys are standing, that seems to open up quite massively. At this point, the sound of grinding metal and the steam vents are much louder.
Is there anything? Any check I can make to try and identify the fuel, whatever that might be.
This would fall under. Ooh. Let's just see here. Definitely not under common knowledge.
It would not be common now.
No, it wouldn't. It would not be common. Basic. I could see arguments for academics, electronics, or science.
I don't have any of those. I can make an unskilled attempt. Here we go.
Yeah.
I did declare it, so.
Ooh.
Very
You
close.
got close.
No cigar.
Does it look like it could go boom?
Make it roll. Or throw a rock at it.
Let's just.
Um,
No, I don't think you need to roll. If put under pressure, you would assume yes, this would explode.
Okay. I will not meta. I will not meta.
So
Everybody's like looking at it.
we're all eyeing it.
Leave it alone. You don't know what it is. We shouldn't
Ash is just-
be here.
As you're standing over it with a cigarette lighter, just like, oh.
Eh? You said not touch it. I'm not touching it.
We understand nothing about this place. It is very clearly still active. We don't know what forces are still here.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to do it because it's just silly not to.
Oh. Oh, well, now you've angered the DM. We're all gonna die. GG.
It's okay, we're all gonna die anyways.
Speak for yourself. I won't die for a while yet. Monitor 34 error.
A robot, what it appears to be is it's very similar to the drones that you've been seeing flitter here and there. Just a little bit larger. Instead of the size of your forearm, it's probably the length of your entire arm, but it has two massive domes on the left and right side that are blue, and it's accompanied by two small arms that hover slightly below it. It seems to have some sort of electromag connection to these. They're kind of bulbous and definitely are used as some sort of tool. It whips around the corner and appears right above the train tracks, and in a synthesized voice, "Greetings! My name is Monitor 34 error. You may call me Spark."
It's okay. Do any of us really know who we are?
I have been waiting for repair groups for 36 cycles. Error. Chrono device fractured. Time may not be accurate. Are you the repair group?
I'm the intern. I might
We're
be able
surveyor.
to.
We're surveying.
Excellent. Please follow me. I will show you what needs to be done. And it turns and then...
I lean over to Leo and go, this, or is it Leo? Yeah, Leo. I lean over and go, this just got way too convenient.
I heard about something like this once. Put it this way, it had worked with what it had available.
Tell you what, hey, you know, maybe it doesn't like fleshy bits, so maybe it'll be okay with maybe it has doesn't like, you know.
The one I heard, it had, the fleshy bits had to do in the end, but work with what you have, I guess.
I thought robots thought fleshy bits to be inferior.
You don't have the components, fleshy bits will have to do.
Anyway, we're following.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems nice.
That's what worries me.
As you exit into the area proper, as it were, you notice it is as bright as daylight in here, but it is somewhat dimmed. Very first thing you see is a rather large building, and you can kind of tell that was the building you were looking at when you first were looking through the grates. It stops in front of what appears to be a staircase leading into that specific building. You notice off to what would be its left, your right, as you're looking at the staircase, a downed, somewhat damaged drone. Again, different than the Monitor, as it called itself, and the other drones you've seen. This is the main building. It houses all of our Error. We are currently running on tertiary power. Secondary and primary power are down. Secondary power needs to be activated. Repair drones will then be able to return to charging stations and become activated. Maintenance drones unable to interface with auxiliary. And it's at this point that 3 other drones, the ones that you have seen before, begin to kind of surround it. One on its left, one on its right, and one kind of hovering behind it. Can you interface and restore auxiliary power so secondary systems can come online?
I'm gonna look at Leo because I think he's the one who handles computers the most because he's like half computer. So I'm totally making an assumption. Like,
Yes. Play along until we have to. Yes, we can interface, we can repair.
Excellent. I can show you to the error.
Question for you. What's the primary function of this location?
Primary function, generate power for the surrounding area.
what's the fuel source for power?
Fuel source. Error. I apologize. Some connectivity issues are causing errors. Should secondary power be error activated? Should secondary power be activated, I should have more access to the mainframe to assist further. I, however, am limited at this current time.
So I'm guessing, like, following, sort of going down the stairs while we're saying this.
Going up. It'd be going up.
Going up. Is that so? We play along, see what's happening, and then.
Yeah. Where is the secondary power source?
Secondary power source is located with the main power source. Currently shut down for safety reasons. There was error.
Oh dear, it's traumatized. Well, let's go get it. Go find it, I guess.
And with that, we're going to take our break. So, we'll see everybody next time.